facts. These are the facts.
I tell you what it's all about.
Fact.
Here's what's going down on the streets, peeps.
You're listening to Facts.
These are the facts.
What have you heard? These are the facts.
What you listening to?
These are the facts.
It's your boy Debza.
It's your boy comes with the male alpha, the dominator of the frequencies and the airwaves at large.
And there we go.
And it's your boy V.
Our content producer.
Yep, that's
Our
me.
guy. This is Facts, okay? Everything that we say on this show, we believe to be
Facts.
Straight up.
okay. You can disagree, you can agree, but we believe that what we're saying here is
Facts.
So start the hashtag facts. That's what we are about. So what I want us to do, I want us to actually continue on the conversation that we were having now. So what I said was Manchester United are no longer Manchester's team.
Facts.
Okay? Similar way as you would say that the New York Knicks are no longer New York's team.
Facts.
Manchester United are no longer Manchester's team.
Grade A facts.
What are you basing that on? Like, why would you say that out of nowhere?
I am basing it on everything, Kamza.
Break
Let
it
me
down.
let me break it down for you, okay? From the mere fact that there was no succession plan from when Sir Alex Ferguson left
Yeah, that is true.
to where we are now, just goes to show the level of pride the people at Manchester United have for this team. Okay, you have African GOAT in the context of managers leaving your club, and you have no succession plan to that. The game has, in a way, surpassed United in such a big way that I don't think there's any way we can come back. Let me tell you something. If Wolverhampton last season didn't have those blimps, if Leicester got Brendan Rodgers earlier, 9 times out of 10 we would have finished 8th. I'm gonna go as far as saying we're top 8 team.
What? Top 8. Wow.
Straight up.
Damn, that is scary.
So
I'm
much
gonna say it.
disrespect.
No, I'm gonna say it for what it is because
Nah.
no, look, another thing, we are so infatuated with this idea of, hey man, let's bring the old guys back. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming in, he's winning all of his games, he's thrashing PSG, we are out there, we are hyped, you know, he's beating Chelsea, he's beating Arsenal, we're like, hey, give him the job. How, Sway?
Look, man. I believe Ole is good, right? Look at him when he was still an interim caretaker, right?
Yeah.
Like, he understood the team, he understood the needs of the team, and he allowed them to play freely,
Yeah.
right? So once he signed as the manager, things started spiraling down.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because I think that management puts a certain level of pressure on the manager. And besides, if you look at the caliber of players that we had, sure, we had a good enough team to get us at least top 5, not the 8 that you're talking about.
See, I don't agree with that whole thing that you just said now.
My
Because
goodness.
no, let me tell you why. Because you can't say that Ole signed and things changed. You shouldn't have signed Ole in the first place. You shouldn't have signed Ole in the first place because where football is going now, that's not the guy you need to put in. You're telling me right now that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gonna go up against freaking Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola and come out on top? Man, miss me with that. You have Marco Silva, you have Nino, managers that have an identity. You have Brendan Rodgers, a manager that has an identity. You want to bring a guy from Molde who was finishing 3rd in Molde, who relegated Cardiff City, but you want to bring him in because he won us the Champions League in '99.
And Cardiff did beat him 2-0.
And Cardiff beat us in the last game. Miss me with all of that, fam. Miss me.
But there was okay, Sharp, we spoke after the Ferguson era, right?
Yeah.
At that point in time, who do you think would have been much more stable or much more organized to lead Man United?
I think the problem was that it goes back down to the fact that the succession plan wasn't there. Moyes was not a first choice. And the fact that he was not a first choice says to me that there was no succession plan, right? They wanted Pep,
Okay.
they wanted Klopp. Klopp said, hey, Fergie, I can't come through, bro. I'm busy doing my preseason with Borussia Dortmund. If I'm to leave now, it kind of looks bad on the team. Pep Guardiola always knew I was going to go to City. When those directors left Barcelona to go to Manchester City, him going to Bayern, it was all a nice thread, my guy. It was all a nice thread, but they all knew that he was going to end up at City. We were never going to get Pep Guardiola. When Jose Mourinho, the GOAT, okay, the special one, when he came...
Who shouldn't have left.
Exactly. When he said, I want the United job, we should have given it to him. And then what did we do? Let's give it to Moyes. He went back to Chelsea. That was prime Mourinho, right? That was post the season where we won the league. What does that say? The mindset is still there for United for United players to go out there and compete for the title, because they're still fresh off it, and you have Mourinho coming in who's of the DNA. And what's going to happen is that he was going to get the players he would have wanted, and we would have stayed on par with the teams on top right now.
But then again, it also goes back to the point that I raised, that pressure from the managers, right? From the owners. Like Mourinho went in there and he listed the players that he wanted, and he didn't get either player that he wanted.
That was sad.
That was last season, the start of last season, right? And
even when he got in the reins of being the manager of Man United, he did not get the players that he wanted. So
No, he
it
did.
goes back to the thing.
Mourinho's first season, he got Pogba, he got Ibrahimovic, he got Mkhitaryan, he got Eric Bailly, he got Victor Lindelof.
But you're
No.
telling
Those are
me-
players that he selected. No, those are players he selected.
Really?
Those are players he
No.
selected. And there's a reason
No.
as to why that season, even though we finished 6th, we won Europa, is because that team actually knew what they were going to do. Second season, even though we finished 19, 20 points behind Manchester City, we still competed.
I feel like two of those signings that you mentioned is more like throwaway like players, in
Exactly.
a sense of like Ibrahimovic and Pogba, showcase big names, big manager, but really, come on, hold up.
It's for me, I feel like, okay, Sharp, Mourinho listed the players that he wanted. You mentioned he got Ibrahimovic, right? What are we going to do with someone who is planning his retirement, and then we basically want to build a team around him, whereas we had Rashford to build up around, we had Martial to build up around.
Right.
So basically what you're doing is that you are demoralizing these young kids, like, oh my gosh, we bring in Ibrahimovic,
But you
big
need to
star.
you need to look at why
He did great
you
at
need to look
PSG.
at what you need to look at why Ibra came
Okay.
in.
Let's take it back to bringing Ibra in, right? So Ibra, we know that he was there. He got like a free transfer, and
Yeah.
he was basically supposed to be there for one season,
Yeah.
right? So how then do you build a team on a player who's only going to come there for one season, and then amongst those players that you're bringing in, you still have Martial to play with, you still have Rashford to play with, but you do not give them enough game time because you have this big star signing that's going to bring some sort of level of stability to the team. What then happens when he leaves? Did we plan for that?
Okay, here's my theory as to why Ibra joined United. United, when Mourinho came, was a team that had no character. Okay, first and foremost, we had no character. You can't tell Mourinho coming in on his own. That's an aura. Already, I thought, ooh, treble. You know what I'm saying? Because he gives you that aura. If Ibra comes in there, Ibra will hold Jesse Lingard. Hey, Ewana son, I will freaking super kick you outside out this dressing room. if you don't stop moonwalking, okay? If you don't stop popping and locking, all right? If you don't stop doing all those dance moves that you're doing, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Okay.
And that's the kind of player we needed, because that season,
Player we needed?
in terms of character, in terms of leadership, yes.
I feel that
we still had Rooney there, we still had Carrick there. There was still an
Exactly.
aura
You
of
said
character.
Rooney and Carrick, big enough.
And
men
with
to-
Ibra,
Rooney was your captain.
fact.
Rooney
Yeah.
was your captain.
But- but-
don't tell me that balding nigga is like not captain worthy. He led.
I'm not saying
how
he
many
isn't.
how many times has he led?
I'm not
Joe?
saying he isn't. And I'm not gonna dispute the fact that yes, there was a little bit of a rift that happened with Rooney being there, and with Ibra being there. But if Rooney is playing with Ibra, he also got better that season. He also got better.
He got
If you look at how the first couple of games went when Mourinho first started at United, we were quite good. There was confidence, but then we eventually got exposed because our team was not fit. The way Mourinho was drilling the team, he was not necessarily in a way creating a fit team, and I think that's why last season we actually got burnout at the end of the season with Solskjaer there, because when Solskjaer came on, he was just like, guys, you go out there, high press, counter-taking football, you play, and they got tired in the last couple of games, and I think it's a big part as to why we basically collapsed. But Mourinho is a pragmatic kind of footballer, but if you look at how Rooney and Zlatan and the guys like Pogba were combining in that first season, you can't tell me that didn't work. We needed that. Homie, when I play FIFA 17, I play FIFA 17 till this day. Wow. Right? Till this
got
day.
really
And let me tell you, even Quentin knows, let me tell you, fam, because that team that we had, you still had Pogba with the blonde hair, right? You still had Ibra coming on who was gonna give you 24 goals a season.
Mara, that Pogba, that very same Pogba ended up dyeing his hair blue.
Thank you
to
very
confuse the enemy.
And then what did he
Are
do?
you telling me he was confusing
And then
the
what did
enemy?
he do?
He was
Listen.
telling you all he wanted to leave, Papa.
I feel like we brought in these big star signings just to keep the reputation of Man United.
Straight
To
up.
prove-
We were supposed to do
prove-
that.
Why?
Why?
Are we impressing
Are
the
you-
fans?
are you
No, no, no.
understanding?
No. Okay.
I remember a quote that Rooney once said. I can't remember which season it was. I think it was just before Fergie left. He says, "Play for the badge in front or the name in front, and then remember the name at the back."
Yeah.
So we got
Damn,
Pogba
that's
from
deep.
Juventus.
Okay, that's very deep though. I'm
Right.
not gonna lie.
We got
That
Pogba from
got me
Juventus.
shocked. Yeah.
We got Ibrahimovic from PSG. High class signings just
Yeah.
to make the fans feel happy. Like, oh my gosh, we bring in high class. It's a hype thing.
As a fan, you didn't need that.
I
Are you
did.
gonna tell me you didn't need that?
I did.
After Van Gaal, my guy.
Looking at our team, I did. We got Memphis after Van Gaal, and then Memphis was good, but then again,
Memphis has always been trash.
I disagree.
There are players that
Memphis is
there are
okay.
players.
Memphis is
there
okay.
I
Don't hate on the boy.
I
Don't hate on the boy.
disagree.
There are players that United signed that some of them I don't get. Okay, Fellaini.
Yeah,
Di
that-
Maria, I don't get, to be honest.
What? Yeah.
We were just being spiteful to Real Madrid. Like, you get our devil, we get your angel. That was it with Di
No.
Maria. And he lasted a season and he
Homie,
proved himself.
Di Maria made sense, but not for the manager that was there.
Like,
No,
Di
no.
Maria, let me tell you something.
Maria-
Holistically, Di Maria was a very good signing, bro.
Listen here. Let me just throw this at you, right? You look at players that leave the English Premier League.
Yeah.
They go to Spain and
Yeah.
they become successful. How many players from Spain came to the English Premier League and were successful?
They can't be, bro, because the English Premiership isn't about flair football, homie.
My point
Qualifying,
exactly.
you'll get
Di
freaking-
Maria
you'll
did not
get
make sense for Man United.
Freaking Peter Crouch come in, even though he's a striker.
Yeah, bro.
My
Straight up.
point.
When
my
the players eat
point-
bricks, boy.
My point exactly.
So-
Di Maria did not make sense,
But
regardless of which manager he played for at Man United.
I think it made sense because now you're basically saying that the players that are at City don't make sense.
How many-
The players at City are players that, if you were to take this Manchester City team, and take it to Spain,
It would straight up dominate.
they will dominate because
my opinion.
it comes down to the manager, bro. And as I'm saying, for the manager that was there, Di Maria
No,
did
it's
not
not a
make
manager
sense.
thing, though.
So
Not
I'm
a
telling you,
manager
so
thing.
you're telling
No,
me,
fam.
okay, wait,
No.
hypothetically speaking,
No.
you're telling me that if Pep Guardiola came to United and had the squad that Van Gaal had on his first season, Van Persie, Di Maria, and the likes, he wasn't gonna be fired.
No.
Van Persie was leaving. That
He
was
wasn't
his
gonna-
Yeah.
I feel like he would have dismantled the whole team somehow eventually.
True.
Yeah,
Facts.
but-
Like
and,
processes.
and he would have sold Di Maria.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have bought Di Maria. Sorry,
No.
get out of here.
Di Maria
No.
was like, Di Maria was
Di Maria,
inconsistent.
the guy-
you know Di Maria was inconsistent.
Di Maria, the guy that just won man of the match at the Champions League final.
What did he do at the Champions League final?
He created all the goals. He created all the goals for Real Madrid. He gave Real Madrid the Champions League that season, fam.
Look at the players that were surrounded by Di Maria. You had Ozil, who supplied balls.
Yeah.
You had Cristiano Ronaldo flying on the flags.
Yeah.
How can you not be good with those players?
Honestly, like,
How can you
it's
not
hard
be good
to
with
that
all those
good.
players?
It's hard not to be
It
good without
boils down
Ronaldo.
to the draw.
Listen,
Di Maria had the raw talent.
like Real Madrid right now understands why Ronaldo was still required.
Thank you very much.
It doesn't matter. You give him the cash. Same as the Knicks. They needed to give KD the money. He may be injured, but they needed to give him the money.
My goodness.
Straight
my
up.
Goodness.
I think we're on that topic actually. Bafana is playing Egypt today.
Please do not depress my soul. Let's
like,
move on to the next topic.
I ain't trying to show my unpatriotic side right now.
I mean, me and we were on our way here. We're talking about Bafana. Basically,
you
where we
mean
are
my
right
pen?
now.
My pen.
my pen. Thank you very
Showcase.
much.
And the main thing was, okay, we in a way, by the grace of our Muti, managed to
Calculate
make it into the last 16.
if you
Fam,
lost
I'm not
Muti,
gonna lie.
nothing.
I woke up and I was like, we still in.
That's not Muti. That's I don't know.
That's some. Yeah, no. I mean, we
that's
played.
some underground stuff.
We played 3 games.
utter trash.
We
all
lost
of them.
2.
1-1.
And we qualified by scoring 1 goal in 1 game, of which we should have dominated and scored at least 5.
And you wanna tell me that's
Goals.
Plus, in those other 2, no shots at all.
None.
Restricted.
And
Boa constricted straight up. Like we had snakes wrapped around our players. For some reason, they couldn't take shots.
And then you have Baxter, who's supposed to be like a master tactician, and then you bench the player of the season because he's from Orlando Pirates. Let's be controversial a bit, yeah.
Bro, what you trying to say?
What am I what am I trying to
going
say?
with this, Kamsa?
Where I'm going is you cannot bench the player who was nominated for Player of the Season and he won it, and his credentials actually show that he deserves to be in the starting lineup of Bafana Bafana.
So
but then
are
again,
you, is this like
bench
a
him.
conspiracy that you're mentioning?
It feels like
Baxter was accused of
like
Chiefs
look,
coach.
like no, but no,
And maybe he
not,
wants to bench a Pirates player. Is that what
Okay,
you're saying?
okay.
It sounds,
Get
to
out of
me,
here, man.
it sounds to me like that's what you say.
Okay, let's try to get into Baxter's head.
Okay.
You bench the player of the season. What's your thinking behind that? Are you saving him for the knockout rounds, which
So,
we almost
like-
didn't make it to?
Okay, I think for me, what I always do when I look at when these coaches make big decisions like that, I think they're thinking about the next game. I think they've analyzed.
The next
I think-
what
lost the
next
first-
game? Hold
look,
up. What next
We
game?
lost the first game.
Yeah.
That should have been your move. Like, okay, I got the player of the season. I should bring him
Yeah.
in. Creativity, midfielder.
Maybe it
he
doesn't
called
work.
it.
Maybe it doesn't work to his philosophy.
Come
What?
on,
Then
what?
why did you bring him up to the squad?
Besides
Just to
that, why
bench him?
use Percy
No.
Tau? Percy Tau's about creativity, so why is Percy in the team? Why is
Maybe
Percy?
he likes Percy more than he likes the other homie.
There you go. You see,
Conspiracy theory proven right.
No,
Exactly.
but you can't say because he was from Kaizer Chiefs. He's from Kaizer Chiefs.
Why not?
That's the only
It's
logical
logic.
explanation
That's the pure
that we
logic
get right
thing.
now.
That is
No,
logic.
guys.
It's
Okay.
logic.
Okay.
It's logic.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Like the rapper, it's logic.
No, it's not.
It
I
is.
disagree. That's not a fact.
I totally agree. So,
Okay.
are we expected to see Tim Kosiloj play tonight?
I say hell no, he's not gonna play. You
I
know
think
why?
he's gonna play.
Baxter is not gonna put him in.
I think
Straight
he's
up.
gonna play. And
Baxter's not gonna put him in.
I'm gonna put my money on that and say he's gonna score the winning goal.
You, I'd love to say I have money to place a bet on that, but right now the way my budget is set up, it's very tricky. But if I had money, I'd still go on the fact that Baxter is not gonna put in Lodge. Straight up.
But are we?
No, we are
No,
not.
okay.
winning.
Don't even ask that question, don't even finish it.
So by how much are we going to lose?
I say 3-1.
So it's gonna be like a friendly for
Me, I say it's a clean sheet. Straight up. Egypt.
so it's a formality for Egypt.
Listen,
Yeah.
here, Egypt doesn't even have to put in Mo Salah.
and he's doubtful
He's doubtful.
because of an illness.
You know what I
I
mean?
guess-
I feel like
yo,
he's
that
not
ma-
doubtful.
guys,
He's
that
just
makes
like, I'm not playing against these guys because I'm gonna.
It
trap
makes
them.
me so sad that as United fans,
I'm not
as,
a United
as,
fan. I'm
as
a Liverpool
Bafana
fan.
fans,
Okay.
right? As South
Bafana
Africans,
fans,
yes. As South
Bafana
Afri-
holding on,
Look,
hope fan.
Look, as
Yes,
South
I
Africans,
lost all hope long ago.
but it bothers me that we can't necessarily support our team irrespective of.
No,
And
no,
that's,
no,
and that's
no,
what we
no,
were
no,
fighting
no,
about.
no, no, no,
That's
no.
what we were fighting about. Because I said to him, what I mean, I saw a meme, ne? It had Bafana's formation, ne? And every player had Mabena.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Straight up.
how does that make sense?
Wait.
You need to no.
What-
How do you think if here's the thing, and there's a reason as to why most of these international teams do so well, right? They know that they have that support back home. If we are always sending out tweets, bashing our players, dude. Here's the thing. The fact of the matter is we can never compete with the likes of Ivory Coast. Those guys look like they started eating pap. They look like they were breastfed pap.
Hold up.
Like they already look so buff and they already look.
No. Understand this.
Ready.
No. Listen. We couldn't beat Morocco. They beat us last minute. But Benin, are probably like below us in the freaking
Wait.
standings.
Way.
And they held them to a draw, 1-1, meaning they probably came from behind. And then penalty shootout, they got there, and guess what? They beat them. Morocco, understand it?
So why can't United do that? United. I'm really about
Yeah, it is very sad that you think about that team.
So
Actually.
why can't Bafana do that today? Why can't
I
we
do
believe
not
that
know.
Bafana will actually cause an upset? Because
cause an
Egypt,
upset?
In what world has Bafana ever caused an upset?
No, listen, because Egypt will
Like-
probably come on and say, these guys did nothing, like we are now. What if they actually go there and they actually upset?
Their Sangoma is very strong.
That's
no.
Hey, bro, straight up.
I need lots of numbers.
Straight
But
up. Honestly, if that happens, honestly, I don't know.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I won't renounce my citizenship. I'll be happy that we won, but
That's what I'm saying.
The
Debs,
impossibility.
What are we supporting? When you talk about Bafana, what are we supporting? What
Support your
philosophy
country, bro.
are we supporting? The philosophy of, oh gosh, we got here by chance. Although we're not hosting, but we qualified.
Okay, so you
because
got-
we needed a favor from another team. Even qualifying for the knockout rounds, it was like, please.
So you guys are telling me that
you have to
every
hold in
single
a fight just
so-
to like,
Bro.
like
So
you
every
holding
single
your
time,
Yo,
okay, hear me out on this. So every
Me,
single time,
uh-uh.
so every single time Bafana is in a tournament, you guys are gonna be like,
Yes.
Yes.
Until they
then,
prove.
So then
Until
what's the point? Then what's the point of you guys bashing them when they don't? Because when they're in, you guys are like, oh my gosh, they're so whack.
Even qualifying, they made it just by the skin
But
of
they
their
made
teeth.
it in.
No,
Do you understand how
made
good?
it-
Do you understand how good African teams are, bro?
They made it hard from themselves to make it in.
Bruh.
Games where we should have won, we're like, okay, we
drew
Bafana
or
Bafana.
lost.
Let's draw this game. Let's just put pressure on ourselves so that we can.
I just think we need to be realistic.
I
And
ain't
we need to
about-
be grateful.
I'm so
Whenever we get into these knockout stages, guys, let me tell you something.
When was
We
the
need
last
to
time
be-
you made it through to a knockout stage?
Exactly. Which is what I'm saying. We need
So
to
we
be
must
more
be happy that we had
grateful.
miracles happening.
Yes.
No.
This is probably not gonna happen again for the next couple of years, bro. We're not going to the World Cup in 2022.
Let me just switch it back to Man
No, that
United
is
because
true.
you like talking about Man United. Look at
Yeah.
how we played against PSG. The first game we lost.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened the second game? Did you see the hunger in the boys?
Yeah, but I mean also.
Wait.
Yeah, but I mean
You
those-
did.
those-
Wait.
No,
Answer the
answer
question.
the
Answer the question.
question.
Did you see the
Actually,
hunger in the
this
boys?
No, I saw it.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
They were determined to win, right? Let's take it back to Bafana Bafana. You lost your first opening game.
Yeah.
And the second game, what happened? Did you see any hunger? Did you see any improvement? Any
I think there
strategy
was.
changes?
I think
There was no.
There was no. He
there
played the
was.
same team that he did to lose the first game,
he believes in
and
them.
he
Nah,
he
fam.
believes in them, and he lost again. Third game, did you see any
No,
changes?
we beat Namibia, didn't we?
Yeah, by a fluke of
By a
goal.
fluke
Like, understand. Bongani Zungu, sure. Good player, but. Understand. No.
Guys,
No.
you guys are basically like
No.
you guys are basically
Okay.
those people that don't know where the expectations lie.
No.
No,
Bafana
we do.
are
I
exceeding
know where my
expectations.
No, I know where my
Exceeding expectations.
What? No.
Yes.
Exceeding.
You guys just said it now, saying you don't always think they're gonna make it to these knockout
But
stages
our
and
group
stuff.
was in a group of death or something.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a group of death.
Let's look at all these groups, right? Plays Bafana in any other of those groups.
Yeah, I'm looking at the fixtures now.
We would have never won a single game.
Facts.
None of the games we would have won.
Like
none.
grade A facts.
Right? And then you expect us to have hope against Egypt
Understand.
with the caliber of players that they have.
And with a certain percentage of them being overseas based players. That's like my main argument that we had with Debs in the car, that a certain percentage of our players will not go overseas. They'd rather be in the big three as a South Africa and then be like,
But what did I
I've
say?
made it in life.
I said
No,
to you,
no,
I feel
I'm not
like
disputing-
it's challenging to get that.
Let's just challenge your fact. There's no big three in South African words, only big two. Don't count Kaiser Chiefs.
Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah, you're
Don't.
correct. No,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's-
I'm sorry about that.
We apologize if you're listening to that. Kaiser Chiefs is no longer a big team.
never been a big
It's
team.
only Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns.
Hashtag
Facts.
Anyway. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, okay. As long as they've made it to the big two, they feel satisfied. Look, I'm not disputing. Yes, our grassroots soccer has a problem. Understand? It's a bit of a problem in every sport, but I feel like rugby and cricket, like they do well enough to show that the grassroots is picking up. It's just gonna take some time to find a way to integrate them.
Listen,
there.
yeah, the whole of the South African sporting code has been Mabena this past 3
I'm just hoping
years.
that rugby at least gets to the semi-finals this year. No lie.
So the Proteas also my Ben.
Yes,
Yeah,
facts.
they've been my Ben.
They are chokers.
Straight up.
They are
Look,
chokers.
look,
No
look,
pun
look.
intended, but they are chokers.
I feel like the Proteas are like you know how Germany are in the World Cup, Soccer World Cup, where everybody expects them to do well, and then they just like they're underwhelming.
But Germany does do well.
Yes, it does.
They have,
not in-
yes.
they have direction
Not in
in their
18,
play.
No,
Look at
to-
the team's selection, right? He opted for younger players, and they did
Yeah.
well in the Confederation Cup. They actually won it with young players.
Yeah.
And then when he got to the World Cup,
Changed it
he
up.
changed tactics and
And went
brought
with
in
the-
these old players
the old
that were
guys.
not necessary,
Yeah.
and he lost.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like the Proteas are the Germany of
No,
cricket.
no.
Because
No.
we have
No.
players.
Look, we certainly understand. I think I see what you're trying to
Yeah.
say. We
We
have
have
been
the
number
team.
one in
We have
different
the team,
formats of the game. Yes.
Isn't
Showcase.
it sad how
Mara.
most of these cricket coaches are coaching teams like India and Australia, and they're leaving the guys, well, our national team, and they're leaving them to struggle to a large degree to help those other teams actually beat us? What kind of agency is that? That's some hectic agent stuff, man.
That's life. But anyway, yeah.
That's hectic.
It's just
That is hectic.
Okay, this is depressing. I can't talk about South African football anymore, guys. Like
Yeah.
But
another
that is-
mention of it, I'm just gonna leave the studio because it's so disappointing.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave like how Bafana is gonna be expected to exit
Like-
the AFCON Cup. Like
it's just not with you're not gonna leave with a 3-0 thrashing, but you're just gonna step out, understandably.
it's sad. It's
It is
sad.
pure sadness.
If Bafana does win today, which
Yeah.
is like
It's Muti witchcraft. Can I please have the number of that Sangoma? Hit me up, like straight up.
it's just sad. Let's just change this topic. Let's talk about something that's more fruitful, something that we won't be bashing people on, like.
So I'm on
Bena
Twitter.
Bena.
I'm on Twitter now, sort of. And
Wow, you're on Twitter, sort of. That is quite interesting.
I'm realizing.
Please disappoint me again with another topic.
And
Bena.
we mentioned it yesterday. You told me yesterday. Today is International Kissing Day.
Ooh, yeah. It was supposedly like some kind of day in
Yeah.
England, major for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
International Kissing Day.
So I mean, and then it brings me to what we were talking about in the car again, online dating, right?
Oh my gosh.
We sent me the stat yesterday. 31% of South Africans are using online dating services.
Well,
and apps.
that's as of like
Um,
2018, but you could fact check.
31%.
Yeah.
31%.
And I mean,
How sad are you
I mean,
guys?
no.
not
No.
sadness.
Can I just, Vuyo, can you say this?
It's not.
Can you say this on it?
sadness.
Vuyo's put at 31%, guys. Okay.
Well,
and
I
No.
was,
What's
I
the
was.
success rate from the people that are actually
that's
doing
the
online
tricky
dating?
part. I
mean,
couldn't find the stats. So
you need,
that's-
you need to ask yourself the question: Why am I on an online dating service? Am I just looking to
to do the done
Say
business.
it.
To do the deed.
to get myself off? Or am
To
I
bust a nut.
am I doing it to genuinely find love? Or what is it? Because it can be a gray area. Because when you find you're busy, you're swiping, right? You're swiping, and you and this person become a match. Mara, she might want something different as to what you want. She just wants to be like, dude, okay, we can leave in the morning. You want to be I want to eat a breakfast in the morning, though.
What then happened to the conventional way of getting out there, finding a date,
Fame is tricky, this thing.
This thing is tricky.
guys,
It's
tricky, this
not.
thing.
You know it's tricky.
It's more
Do you know
than
how
just...
many? Do you know how many sick people sit behind their cell phone screen, texting you like, "Oh my gosh,
Fair
I
enough, there
like
is-
you."
That's true.
Putting up profiles,
That's
selling
true.
you dreams, and then when you meet them,
But the thing is, I'm never going to downplay somebody that takes this. It's a huge step. So I'm never gonna downplay a guy that or a woman that goes onto a dating app to try to find love. Because let me tell you something. That's somebody that's saying, you know what? I'm done with the conventional way of doing stuff, like you mentioned. I'm gonna try something new, right? I'm gonna see if I can actually find my match, and most people do. Like, I'm sorry to bring this up, but conventional love. I don't know what's happening with our homie Black Coffee, but he's somebody.
Wow.
He's
Really?
somebody.
You're gonna
He's
bring-
somebody who had a wonderful woman.
You gotta bring the hand of God in this.
Vuyo,
Okay.
I want people to support
Wow.
the podcast, bro. And most of these people are Black Coffee fans.
But you're ready.
And if you-
look, listen here. We are not in the business of making friends.
Okay.
If it's his facts, let him stick to them.
Okay, but like that's an example of it. That's what I'm saying. Dating is so tricky. Getting married is so tricky, and that is why most people go and do dating apps.
No.
It's because you have something that on paper it looks so amazing.
It's not-
Black Coffee and Entle, like, oh my word, this couple is, they look like they're fire, but we don't know what's happening. Apparently, they jumped the gun, and Entle deleting those Instagram posts was a bit of an impulsive, rash decision. We don't even know what happened there. We don't even know if they're getting divorced. But the fact is, there'll always be demons in relationships.
That
I
is
hate to say it like that.
True.
It's always gonna be tough. So
True.
that's what
That's
I'm saying.
how it goes.
I'll never blame a person
Listen.
for wanting to go find love elsewhere in a different way.
Listen, it's not about that whole online dating type of thing, right? Change your methods of doing things. Whereas where you used to go pick up girls in a club, why don't you go to a bookstore?
Okay.
Right? Why don't you go
I'm
to
always
a...
gonna be that guy.
He's
Why
gotta
don't
be
you...
that guy.
You're
Why-
gotta be
no,
that
guys, like
Finesse.
change
On some-
your tactics.
Swag.
Sam, what do you think? What do you think of this Harry Potter book that I just
Mr.
got?
James Bond
Guys,
himself.
apparently-
guys,
it's
I mean,
quite good.
change your strategy. You know, what I
He
mean,
likes to
change
shake
the
and not
scenery.
stir.
Now I gotta read and I hate reading.
Guys,
Okay,
no.
don't hate on the reading. Come on, my nigga.
like go to a bookstore. You'll find someone. Go to a coffee shop. You'll find someone. Go to a social market.
Ooh, but it's
There are
tricky.
places set up like social markets whereby hundreds and upon hundreds of bachelors and bachelorettes go there in hopes of finding a friendship and then build up on that friendship. I think we're losing the plot whereby we go to a club or we go wherever we go to pick up these girls, and our first intention is, today I want to get, as you said, the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get the D.
To get that alphabet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Change your method. If you're looking for love, if you're generally looking for love, change your scenery, right? Go to a place whereby you know that, okay, this is what I identify with, right? Whether you go to a play, whether you go to a concert, something that you like, you might find someone who shares the same interest as you. Whereas when you go to a club, it's just a matter of party, hook up with someone, leave, do whatever it is that you need to do. You don't go to clubs looking for love.
Yeah.
It's like saying you're going to McDonald's to go buy salad.
Well,
Impossible.
They do sell salads now.
Chicken salad.
With
But
chemicals in it, it's not organic. By
It's
the
still
way.
lettuce.
No, with chemicals in it. So no, it's
You
it's
telling me that
not.
they're putting chemicals in lettuce?
Yeah,
I
they do.
understand them
It's-
putting chemicals in the patties and stuff.
It's
but
a
you can't put
it's
chemicals
a
in
fast food joint. So these fast food joints, they're actually putting chemicals that are actually addictive. That's why you go back.
For more.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, that's a
you
good
got to admit,
And those are
chicken
facts.
licking is the fire,
Facts.
boy.
That's a
lettuce.
fact.
Ooh,
Chicken
I see what you did there.
Chicken licking is soul fire, bro.
Okay,
It's for,
so
it's for the soul.
So here's what I want. Okay, fine. So we established the fact that okay, maybe there's a gray area with the whole dating apps, dating app thing. Okay, people are for it, people are not for it.
Sure.
Now let's talk about an instance where you have a couple that's together, they have a kid, and then the guy finds another girl, mistress vibes, leaves the family for a mistress,
Black coffee.
and then ultimately, ultimately, then the black coffee do that.
It's
It's
very
kind of the
tricky.
same thing.
Okay, and then ultimately he then wants to go back to his family, aka, right? Who a bit
And that situation, it's still. It
because
angers me.
I'm still
I'm still touched.
I'm still in a place like I'm happy that that him and Zinka are back together. Like, look,
But
guys, we all know I'm a huge AKA fan. Okay, I think AKA is freaking awesome.
No hiding that.
Okay,
No,
I think
he's
I've
okay.
liked AKA for years.
He's okay.
And I was disappointed that you know what he chose being superficial to actually choosing to love, and I feel like that's what most people do because with Zintle, AKA they have something good going.
Yeah.
All right. So he went and he got Bonang. Okay. On paper, I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Bonang if you're in the same status that AKA is at right
Champagne,
now? It works.
darling.
It works, right?
It worked in the sense that there was some sort of maturity and growth from AKA. Before Bonang, like AKA used to have a lot of Twitter rants.
Yeah.
You know, he'd blow for everyone. And then Bonang
True.
brought in a sense of direction. Like, no, honey, we
So-
pop champagne.
so would you say
calm
that-
down.
Bring
This
yourself
is how we
towards
do
yourself,
things.
son.
Your social media account is actually a reflection of your life, and you want to attract a certain crowd. After dating Bonang, AKA's numbers grew, right? His maturity in his music also grew, right? No more abo banger. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, yeah.
What you mean, unfortunately?
Carry on.
What?
There's something about an AKA that's in love that bores me. Okay, he becomes too nice. He becomes for me he becomes a Casper.
What?
Like he becomes a
No, no,
guy.
no,
The
no,
super
no,
mega is
no,
the
no,
super
no,
mega.
no, no, no,
Understand?
no.
The super mega will clap. Wait, you
The,
will clap back.
the AKA.
Super mega will clap back
I don't know
and still make you feel.
what is his recent album now?
Touch my blood.
Touch my blood. Can we not talk about
That's what I'm saying. There's something
Bamba
about it.
Ikazlam.
Look, it was a good album, but that's what I'm saying. There was something about. I mean, there's a song where he speaks about Bonang. I don't know if you.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, right?
Is it Beyonce? Yeah.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
probably
And-
Beyonce. Yeah, it's Beyonce.
I don't want to hear from AKA, bro. Bro, you helping with my confidence, bro. Now you want to go here and tell me.
I'm sure you were like one of those guys who danced to Kaifa's song and you just like trying to
No,
act like
I
old tough.
don't like it. Fela Versace is my jam.
It's everyone's jam.
Yeah, I think for me, it's gonna be up there as one of his best songs.
No, watch your
no,
mouth.
no. Listen.
Run Josie is one of his best.
Run, Josie.
Congratulations is one of his best.
Congratulations, better than Fela Versace.
Yeah. Let's not bring composure into this.
Okay, that's a whole different beef patty that we
Yeah.
don't want to tap into right now.
But yes, that is the winner of that beef battle, rap battle situation. I ain't feeling dust to
Okay,
dust.
but composure had me bugging.
Composure is listen, AKA broke, like he made history by creating a freaking visual for a diss track. Right, let's acknowledge that fact first.
That
Right.
around
Can I tell you who had a very deep visual, but not necessarily deep when there was beef. Tupac and Biggie. That song, you call yourself a player, but after your wife. With that song, all he had, it was a white background, my guy. A white background. You know what he did? He also brings other people in. And these people are going a Biggie. That's all. Low budget. I was like, this nigga, he's rapping on pure white visuals, going in hard on Biggie. That's also, I feel like, it just goes to show you how much he actually thinks about Biggie. The fact that he's not willing to put in millions to produce an amazing video to this, and all he's gonna do is, my guy, come on. Who do you think won that beef?
They both did. So no one.
Listen here, that wasn't a beef. For me, that wasn't a beef. That was like a collabo between two different artists doing their own music, and then whatever beef they had actually changed the whole scene of the rap game. I wouldn't call it a beef. I would call it like a disagreement that actually connects people, because now people are starting to talk about rap. Like, yo, if you want to talk about beef, let's go back to Tupac and Notorious B.I.G.
Straight up.
Right? Now we look at the beef in South Africa. You have this guy who used to have a ponytail. I like the guy. You know what I mean? I like the guy. And then you have AKA this white, this colored guy who doesn't know how to rap in vernac, and there's a disjointment between the two, because one raps in vernac and the other is in English, and basically they don't even know how their beef started, right? So you can't really call it a beef.
It's the pick of the best, dude, because I still think that in that space when they started fighting, they were the best. Right now,
they were the best.
Best mainstream, yes.
Yes, best mainstream. Obviously, that was before. That was before your guys, like when Nasty came out, because Nasty for me, I feel like is on a different level than those kids. Lyrically, on talent alone.
Listen here.
Shout out.
There's only one lyricist.
Shane. Reese, thank you.
Reason, yes.
Reason, Shane. Nasty.
AKA is doppelganger.
Oh, please, don't come at me with
Shane?
that. What? Like
Shane.
I'm a
guy that got famous off a reality show. Shane.
No. I'm gonna give you one word. I'm gonna say Gustavo straight up.
Gustavo.
Wait.
We don't even have to go to hype songs. Just listen to Julia.
Oh, Julia.
Please just listen to Julia.
Cutting corners.
Yellow.
Apex. Remastered. Even.
Guys,
don't come at us, bruh.
Shane Eagle is. I could be driving home and then someone come on and be like, okay, that's dope.
Dude is going around with Dreamville. Understand Dreamville? Yeah, for those who don't know, J. Cole's record label, Bars. I'm gonna give you the names. Bars, JID, or JID if you wanna call him JID. Earth Gang. Ooh, Cause.
Stop right there, like you're done.
It doesn't change the fact that it's just aight. That's what it is. Fam, if you really wanna throw rappers, you throw people like Stogie T, okay?
Okay,
you throw people in there. You throw people in there like Reason. Okay.
Are we throwing in Stogie T or are we throwing in Doomy from the volume? Let's not confuse it.
I think.
Let's not confuse it.
I think it's still the same person.
No, it's not. If you listen to his freestyle on Sway in the Morning, that was pure. That wasn't Stogie T. That was pure Doomy from the volume.
That freestyle was fire.
That was Doomy from the. So if you want to,
Stogie T is watered down Doomy from the volume, just for the mainstream.
Exactly. He wanted to fit into the current rap scene that's currently happening right now. Look, I'm not saying he's doing a bad job at it. Yes, he found a gap in it and he's making it work. But it's not Stogie. He's not a lyricist.
So do you think he changed his name to get that KFC deal?
Doomy from the volume never did ads, right?
Okay.
He never did reality TV shows. He was all about the bars. He was all about the music, right? And his music is great. Don't get me wrong. Stogie's music is great.
But does he need more KFC in his life, though?
Guys, like, I'm still chuffed at the fact that you won't throw Shane Eagle into the mix. Did you listen to his cipher?
Can I tell you what it is for me? And maybe it's just a personal thing. The reason as to why I like AK is that I like the fact that he's an egotistic guy that's unashamed.
And he stands by it.
I used to watch Shane Eagle on The Hustle, and I thought, okay, this kid, I like him. I like it when he's rapping. I like his vibe. With all the other contestants that were there, he's somebody that I looked at and said, there's an artist, right? You had Big Star, who lyrically flipping amazing, right? But then Kabana, who's this? Shane. I'm like, you know what? This kid's an artist and this kid's gonna make it. But for me, as somebody who I wanna sit and listen to and be like, oh my word, he's awesome. I can't. He's good, but like I'd rather listen to a Big Star Johnson.
Big Star is
who's
good.
gonna give me
Big Star is good.
He's
You know what I'm
great.
saying?
Like
Star is
I'm a
good.
fan of Big Star.
Right.
I liked his recent album.
Yeah.
It was fire. Him
I think that's where I'm
breaking
coming from.
Him breaking away from Fifth Season is one of the best things he's done for his career. Straight
Facts.
up. Straight
Facts.
up. But understand, Shane is. Oh my goodness.
Listen
I'm
here.
not disputing his
Listen here.
talent, though.
Shane did not make music. He made a catalog, right?
Okay.
Let's get that out of there, right? Because
Get that out there.
you have people such as MT, you have people such as I don't want to put Aries into the mix, but you have people such as MT, you have people such as Aries, you have your Nasty C, and then you have Shane Eagle. Shane Eagle is more of a conscious rapper, such
up.
as Reason. Right? So it's not a lot of people that will vibe to him like, oh my gosh, track after track, I'm going to listen to this. It's conscious rap. It's not about hype in the club. Look at me flexing
Yeah,
and doing
no.
that. No.
Straight up.
No.
Even Homework Assignment, it's a short EP.
Nah, fam.
But it's not. It's different from anything like your Nasty C will give you. Nasty C will give you like maybe
Shane
3
is
bangers.
Shane is conscious.
Shane is conscious.
And then you'll play around with the conscious and just the trap. But understand, Shane, 9 out of 10 times he'll give you such a album or EP or project
Right.
that makes you think. Like, yes, he'll give you an apex where he's just like vibing, but
Right.
understand,
So-
Shane
So
is the way.
this is what I propose. At the end of the podcast, right? We're just going to put it like 2 tracks, right? One from Shane, one from Nasty, right? You'll pick your best Nasty track.
Okay.
We'll pick our best Shane Eagle track, right? We'll show you the conscious rapper that Shane is,
Okay.
and want you to find something similar within Nasty C, of which there is none.
And then we'll pick it next week.
And then we'll pack it in next week, and then we'll see how people voted on it. Because I truly believe that Shane Eagle is a conscious rapper. Nasty C is mainstream, and he's making it work. He found his gap. You have Aries, who's a young kid who's still finding his feet, and he's still brilliant.
I like Aries.
Aries is good.
I like
Aries is fire.
Him breaking away again, another artist who broke away from his record label.
No, his record label broke away from him. 'Cause
Either way-
he was no longer the poster boy.
Yeah,
Same thing that's happening with MT, but yeah,
but nonetheless, him
That's
being
the
away
thing
from
she's sad.
Ambitious is a good thing.
very good.
He is fire as always. You know, just give him time. He's gonna find his feet.
How did we get from AKA making bad love decisions to a poll about Nasty C and
Bad Love Decisions, we based it on the fact of his music, right? So that brought in that whole
Yeah.
thing of
Okay.
other artists. So back to AKA.
Because I just want to sum it up to say I'm happy that him and Zinta back together.
I'm not.
Why though? I'm praying
I
that
feel like
I'm praying that Black Coffee and Entle it's not as deep as it is.
It's deep.
It's
fam.
always
like
been
this.
deep with
This
those two.
started back in 2015, where this girl started posting on his page, and people
Eh, but-
it flew over people's heads.
some of these women live another day forward, man. You can see where a black man is comfortably married.
A black man who travels to Ibiza,
And we can't always
doesn't-
blame
But
the
the
woman.
AKA land, how is he gonna go for his boy's ex though? Because that's David Guetta's ex-wife, and homie's going like no, it doesn't make sense. You're gonna make a hit like that, and then you wanna come
Mara,
and
no.
go hang around with.
I'm sorry, you can't
ex-wife.
always blame the woman in the situation.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like why would Black Coffee, if there is anything there going on, do that? You know what I'm saying?
The
Listen.
road is like long and it's a lonely place. You know?
True. At the end of the day, we do not know what's happening behind closed doors.
Kinda
Right?
kinda
We're only
what's the
basing
show
it-
enters on Mzansi?
She was on the herd recently.
Yeah, she was on the hood.
Yeah, but maybe that's why Black Coffee they already dead because he was freaked out because the things he saw.
Freaked
on
out
the
at how?
hood.
Look,
come
Entle,
on.
no, even the hood is not even that deep. Entle was on what do you call this show that used to play on SBS on Chesa.
Yeah.
And she used to have steamy scenes in Chesa.
Oh, but-
And Black Coffee handled it. So what's different now? I mean,
Okay, I don't watch
look,
the hood. I wouldn't know.
listen here.
I don't
The
know.
only thing that happens in the hood is that she became a witch.
Listen,
she's just a grandmother of the witches right now, straight up.
You know what I mean? I'm Black Coffee. I travel around the world. Why should I be insecure?
Straight up, like
Why?
So who do you think ties Black Coffee's shoelaces?
wow, way to make it awkward.
Speaking of such, yeah, people went in hard on Black Coffee, but since Entle's gone, who's gonna open the jar of mayonnaise? Like
Yeah.
guys,
Like really, guys, no, y'all are not right.
listen
No,
here, guys.
no.
I will We'll drive all night.
We ma.
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
Okay. You know what? Let's just conclude this.
He's still making cash.
He's raking in the money in 3 different currencies and his black coffee.
Yeah, and he still got that Guinness World Record of like being like DJ with the one hand for
You know
like
what I
as long
mean.
as he did it.
How long was it? 4 days. Was it 4 days? Maponya
3,
Mall.
4 days. Oh yeah, I think
It was
it
at
was
Maponya Mall, ne?
Yeah, it was a
3 to 4
Maponya
days.
Mall.
You still go to Maponya Mall though. What's
well-
happening in Soweto right
Well,
now?
when I
Legends
go,
Barbershop. Shout out Legends. You know,
Shout out Legends.
Always keep me
Hey,
fresh.
guys,
Always keep me
we're not
fresh.
plugging no one on this podcast. We're not plugging no one on the.
Listen here.
Hold up.
Listen here.
Let's just speak to you and say, hey man, plug us.
I get my haircut from them. So
Yeah, I know. That's
Well,
what I
well, you
thought.
go to them when you go for your next take and say, hey man, we plugged you.
How you could always plug
You
your guy.
you better sponsor our next show.
don't worry, Sheldon is listening. Ricky Rick is also listening. They opened up a new branch, so shout out to them. Congrats, Black Excellence.
The next time we come here, we better be coming with fresh haircuts from Legends Barbershop.
Nah, no.
I
And
think
then-
I'm gonna come with a fresh haircut.
then-
I think I got like a free haircut too.
Yeah,
Oh, you're on your 4th one already.
Yeah, I'm on
Nah,
my
shut
fourth
up.
one. I got a
Okay.
free haircut too.
I don't do that
you
anymore.
tell them that you give them a plug.
No, shut up. No, most
You
dead.
tell them that we give them a plug,
Most dead.
and then need to sponsor our next show either with free haircuts.
Maybe give us a month.
Yeah, give us a month. Give
No,
us a month.
you go there and you make because you plug them. We speaking now literally for
Listen.
60 seconds about Legends Barbershop.
Listen, yeah,
Hey,
disclaimer. Legends, we are putting you on the plug, so
Yeah,
we
'cause
become
you
our
do the
sponsor. We,
dates.
we need to look good, even though we.
Hey, madam, I'm sure they don't need it. Eh?
Hey, they
No,
don't.
they don't. But then again, a
They
little
do the
boost. Hey, it wouldn't hurt.
Hey, target audience.
wouldn't
you know,
hurt.
You never know who they might reach. Hey.
So since we're done with music, who else are we bashing with our facts?
I just want to speak about how crap the next Marvel phase is gonna be.
Without Tony Stark.
It's gonna be okay.
Without Stan
Who
Lee.
kills Tony?
Okay, yes. Stanley, I'm still touched.
Who
because
kills
I'm still
Tony,
sad
bro?
about the last feature.
I actually have a theory about this. Like, you guys can bash me for this, but I believe that Stan Lee was actually Tony Stark. Think about it. Think about it.
Wow.
Stan Lee dies. Marvel's like, you know what? There's no point. Stan Lee, bye bye.
That's a good point.
Like, think about it, guys.
He
Think
was,
about it.
he was literally the Marvel's main Avenger.
Right?
You know?
Think about it. And sorry to say this, but
Yes.
Captain Marvel was not a great movie.
Whoa!
Sorry,
Whoa!
it wasn't a great movie.
Whoa! Bro, let me tell you something.
Here we go.
So, I watched Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah.
So before Captain Marvel, my favorite, and it still is my favorite Avenger, Iron Man, right?
Facts.
I get home, my brother's like, hey man, who's your favorite Avenger? I'm like, you know what, brother? Some people would say, why can't it be Black Panther? Because well, he's black and first whatever. I'm like, nah.
BEE, yo.
I said it's Captain Marvel, and he's like, why? And I said to him, there was something about the character and the sensation that watching that movie visually did for me, and I was like, she's actually a dope as hero.
Visually.
What I didn't like is how they had Captain Marvel up, only to give her a freaking pixie cut for Endgame, and have her do nothing.
Hey.
That honestly,
She brought back Tony. Understand? That's what she had
That's
to
the
do.
only significant role that she played.
but then. You look at how was it was it
gave-
Ant-Man or was it
she also gave Thanos a whooping.
it was Infinity War, right? When Nick Fury dials her
Yep.
at the end of the
Yeah,
film,
yeah.
right? And then the trailer shows her there, the trailer of Endgame shows her like she's gonna be the hero. Now we're all thinking Captain Marvel finna bring everybody back. Captain Marvel finna bring beat Thanos up, and then what happens?
Yeah, Shane Eagle's on your tongue right now, huh? Shane. Exactly.
and then what
With
happens?
Now you think about it.
Hey, boy, Shane, he's basically the
But
Thanos
then
of the
what
game,
happened?
straight up snapping people out of the game.
Were they too focused maybe then on the creation of this character as Captain Marvel, bearing in mind the next movies by her that are gonna come out, and that they maybe do something wrong in that, because apparently they shot Endgame before Captain Marvel, right? That's what I'm hearing.
That's how it
but,
usually works.
But like
yeah.
similar as to how they shot was this Infinity War before Black Panther,
Yeah.
right? But for me, I feel that the way they dealt with that character wasn't the best way.
Hence, I still go back to my fact that it was not a great movie.
What? Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel for me was brilliant, bro.
No.
I'm gonna go as far as saying Captain Marvel was probably better than Black Panther.
The only thing that I liked about Captain Marvel is the
Facts.
fact that they gave you a background story about how the Avengers started. That's the only thing that I got out of it. Apart from that,
So why give us all the juice,
apart from
bro?
that, visually,
and just let us get a sip.
Visually,
Like,
it
they
was
gave us all
not
this-
great.
What?
For me,
Okay,
Captain Marvel, visually, it wasn't great.
It had a young.
storytelling, it wasn't great.
No.
It was more comical. It was like even Spider-Man is better. Way better.
Yeah.
All the Spider-Mans
I'm
are
not
way
gonna lie,
better.
No, Spider-Man 3 was trash.
Look,
please.
I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
yes, but
Hot garbage.
But what I'm trying to say is that Captain Marvel, the only thing that it did great for us was give us the background story about the Avengers and how they were formed.
Let me tell you something. With way Marvel's going now, movies that I'm looking forward to, Captain Marvel 2, the
Homecoming.
Far From Home,
Far From Home.
Oh,
Just coming.
Far from home.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Far From Home.
sorry.
Black Panther 2, and I'm only looking forward to those movies because I feel like nothing's gonna come out now that's gonna get us excited. Like Dark Phoenix, I'm just there like, okay, they have Sansa from Game of Thrones. Okay, already she freaking annoys me because everybody be dying. She out there just walking around in a dress, waltzing around. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Game of Thrones,
just for people to understand why he's speaking about Sansa right now, he's still catching up with Game of Thrones and he's on season 4 of the Red Wedding. So yeah,
okay.
let's
spoil it for you. In Game of Thrones, you have to be stupid in order to survive.
Boom, pow, bang, facts.
You have to be stupid in order to survive in Game of Thrones. If you're smart, like play it down, you're smart, like the imp did. He was the smartest of them all, but he played it down and he survived.
Okay, don't tell me what happens next.
No, it's just we're not gonna tell you.
I'm out here still celebrating Joffrey's death, man.
Yeah, Joffrey.
I'm celebrating Joffrey's
I
death.
think the world celebrated once
Yeah.
Joffrey died.
Who's your favorite character?
That's tough. Tyrion. Is it Tyrion?
Let's spoil it for you. Can we? Shall
No,
we?
don't do that.
Should
Nobody who does that?
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay, we'll
leave you
let
for
you
now.
be. We'll let you be. We still have a couple of podcasts to go. So yeah.
Look, I was saying about the X-Men movie, right? I think you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like certain movies they need to come at a point in time where we just stop producing them. X-Men for me, honestly, we are right now the generation that basically saw Marvel at its peak.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We are so spoiled right now, guys. We are so spoiled that whatever comes out, we're gonna be so critical. It's so easy for somebody that's 14-year-old to say, "Oh my word, I'm gonna watch Dark Phoenix," but I'm just there like, but is Logan gonna be in there?
It died. Yeah, but
I know,
also
exactly.
timeline also. And
Exactly.
Guys,
But
it would
also,
have been creepy if Wolverine
X-Men for
was-
me is the X-Men where Halle Berry was there when
Storm, yeah?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? When Mr. Hugh Jackman was still there. For me, that's X-Men. Now you wanna show me this? I don't know who that black lady is who's playing Storm now. I don't know.
But she's
It just
fine.
feels weird.
She's cute as Storm, honestly.
I'll download it, man.
Is she the same one from Apocalypse?
Yes, the same.
Yeah,
She's cute as Storm. I never said she's good as Storm.
Yeah,
She's just cute as Storm.
I'll download
It's a
it.
different take on Storm. Remember, there's a
I
whole
think-
lot
I
of
think
reiterations
the
in terms of the
next hero
comics.
movie I'm gonna watch at the cinema will be Far From Home.
I think that would be my last one.
I think that will be my last one in the
Yeah.
space of Marvel
And while speaking of Marvel, why haven't we mentioned DC Comics?
because DC sucks.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Finally, someone who's
Oh,
sentiment.
Ah!
Yes, DC sucks. Yes,
Oh.
yes. They trying to do the Marvel method, and the Marvel method
It's not
is
gonna
not gonna
work.
work.
It's not gonna work.
DC has to be dark. Dark Knight, like the whole. What's his name? Christopher Nolan's phase of Batman. That's
Yeah,
how DC
yeah.
has to be. Straight
There we
up.
go, there we go.
But the thing is-
No holding back any
But you
punches.
see, they did so much with that trilogy, right? That I don't think it's similar to what's happening with Marvel now with all these Avenger movies and all these sub movies within there. It's gonna be so difficult to try to come back from freaking making us love Guardians of the Galaxy and making us love Thor and making us love all those guys.
But
And then you wanna come back. Who are these guys that are coming after? I forgot their names.
I know.
It's a group, Lebon.
The Eternals, I think.
I think something like that.
Eternals.
Something like that.
Is it?
Fam, I'm not
I can't
excited.
think.
Because who are you gonna cast? Because now
Well,
it's
they
a
already
job of
cast
people.
Keanu Reeves, Angelina Jolie.
Keanu, yeah. Okay.
They already
hey,
got-
it's Keanu Reeves.
Hey,
man.
Keanu makes a
It's
good
Mr.
movie.
Matrix. Keanu Reeves.
John Wick.
John Wick.
You wanna put John Wick in a Marvel movie?
Come on.
Who wouldn't?
Who else? Who else are you gonna look?
No.
Come
No. Let me tell you something. How dare they want to touch the great that is Keanu Reeves? You go out there, and you look for better talent, okay?
Better talent like who?
Bensanka Keanu Reeves, bruh.
What?
Understand something.
What?
Keanu Reeves
What?
is on a class of its own. He doesn't even he doesn't have to touch Marvel.
He has to.
He has to.
It makes
That's a rite of passage in a way.
That's the only person who can save Marvel Cinematics.
For me, it made sense for Robert Downey Jr. to go and play Iron Man.
Yeah,
right?
well, it was his
but it made
redemption
sense.
story, yes. But understand with Keanu Reeves, it just becomes a whole nother level.
Okay, maybe.
It becomes a mind-blowing situation.
Let me not mock it until I've tried it.
Okay, speaking of such, which characters or rather actors do you think did not deserve to be on Marvel?
Well, before the
Name two.
Disney
Falcon.
phase, obviously, let's give it a shout out to Mr. Ben Affleck, who ruined Batman also. So, yeah, Daredevil, Batman. Let's just put it this way: if a superhero movie is there, please do not put Ben Affleck in it.
I'd say Falcon.
Leave Sam Wilson alone.
I'd say
I'd say Falcon. Plus, at the end of Endgame, he's deemed to be the next Captain America, which is not going to work.
And somebody came to me and said, "Look, apparently they want to make a movie out of this guy Ali Wani." Dog, I freaked out.
Falcon.
Yeah, I made a noise. I was like, they can't do that to us.
What story is he going to tell us?
Exactly.
What
I was
angle
like,
are
they want to bring the guy that Eminem bodied in 8 Mile to come be the new Captain America.
Okay.
Don't do that.
While speaking on new movie releases, Aladdin is out.
I watched it.
Will Smith's highest grossing movie.
I
Really?
freaking
Wow,
loved
I'm
that
shocked.
movie.
I thought,
that movie made me so happy.
I'm thinking Independence Day, and then I understand time frame,
Yeah.
inflation,
Yeah.
and all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So
I
that,
think
Yes,
I think it's worth a watch.
probably
It's
Will Smith is the saving grace of that movie. I feel.
True.
I think it's a very good movie. It's a movie where I felt that I could actually go and watch it again.
At the cinema.
No, even
Well,
if
I watch movies twice at the
if-
cinema.
even if
Same
it's-
movie twice.
Even if it's downloading it, but I wouldn't mind if I'm with my brothers, whatever. They wanna watch it. I'm not gonna say no, cause there's a sensation as it kind of gave me this. Can I get weird for a little bit?
You always weird.
It kind of
Nothing
gave me.
weird.
It kind of gave me the sensation that I got when watching Moana. You know,
Wow.
I felt like I'm a kid again. You know,
Okay.
and
I was
you know,
trying to figure out what
and-
sensation you're
yeah.
taking. So
And you know-
it's a kid sensation.
And you know when you watch, and the thing about Disney movies is the whole musical aspect of it. I'm not big on musicals. The only musical I've liked was High School Musical. That's what ended, right? And then
Wow.
I mean, Aladdin comes. I can show you the world. I'm like, oh
We
my
told
word.
you not to
I
sing.
went.
Even with the disclaimer, oh my goodness.
not to sing.
Come
I
on.
went.
Why?
Check. I went and I got the soundtrack onto my phone.
Wow.
And I even got the Moana one.
Wow.
The one that I haven't got is the kind of a movie. Is it Frozen?
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched the movie, right? But I watched.
build a snowman?
Yeah, I was
Let
like,
it go.
yeah, that
Let
one.
it go.
I haven't watched that.
Facts are cold out here.
Okay, so guys,
Frozen 2 also on the way.
So here's where I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close the whole thing with Marvel, right? I think that Captain America should have died. I
No.
think that Black Widow should have lived,
No.
right? I think honestly that killing Robert Downey Jr. I get the logic behind it,
Best move ever.
But-
but it kind of sucks.
but
'Cause it's
it
not
made us very emotional. It
Tony
made us very
Stark
sad.
does have a
and,
heart.
And you guys, exactly.
He loves us 3002.
and it made us feel that after, well, for me, I was off Marvel for a while
Just
after
because
watching that. Yes,
Understand.
because
no, Captain
Tony-
America deserves love. Understand?
Captain America sucks. Captain America is that guy that rides the wave of everyone. He sucks.
Captain America is like the glue.
Basically.
Well, let me tell you, my people don't hold it together, okay? Because I can't make sense of why.
Did you see the scene in Endgame when they're about to go into
The elevator.
No, not the elevator.
Which one?
When they're about to do that time heist and the speech that he gave, and then Rocket actually concluded that he is that guy to actually uplift the rest of the
He's
team.
that guy.
He's that guy. That's his role.
Every team has that guy. Tony is the guy who's
I don't know.
I'm brash. I know I can do this. I'm cocky about what I can do, and I'm just gonna go off script.
I'm still holding.
Tony goes off script 9 out of 10 times, but he'll bring it back together at the end.
And it works.
That's why he had the glove.
I still have beef with Captain America.
Don't
from-
have beef with
from
Captain
Civil War.
America.
I don't like what him and Bucky did to
Don't blame-
That's the whole build up
No,
to the
that
story.
made me angry.
This is where Mjolnir comes in to prove that
Yeah.
he's worthy.
Because
right?
he was trying to play the balancing of the
Exactly.
He was trying
He's
to be
that guy.
He's like he sees things from both sides.
Yeah.
He understands that Bucky killed Tony's
Tony's
parents,
dad,
but
yeah.
it's not his fault. It's not Bucky's fault. It was never
Exactly. He
Bucky's
was
fault.
brainwashed.
He was brainwashed.
Okay.
He was the Winter Soldier. It's not his fault that he was the Winter Soldier. He got kidnapped after World War One.
Yeah.
So,
That's-
in conclusion with
Two.
Marvel, I think Vuyo is like the Captain America of this team, and you like the Tony Stark, and I'm just
Well,
Groot.
I
let's
am
try the
Groot.
words.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
am Groot.
So we gotta get out of here.
I am Groot.
Okay. It's your boy Tebza.
It's your boy comes in the middle alpha, the dominator of the frequencies and the areas at large.
And it's your boy V. Straight
And
up.
this is Facts. Everything we say here, we believe to be
Facts.
You can disagree, you can agree, but we believe it to be
Facts. It's our facts at the end of the day. Find your facts and tell us what it is. Hit us up.
Straight up. Great
Be
egg.
back next week.
Facts.
Oh, wait, that's what it is.
Bum, bum, ba.
I tell you what it's all about.
Fact.